So what was that grief about in the family? Would you mind explaining a little?
Well, we have to remember that, my grandparents were born in Victorian times or just after, and it was all very British, stiff upper lip, don't express your emotions kind of upbringing. And that's the upbringing that my parents had, so they were then bringing it on to us. Well, my grandmother on my father's side, she lost her mother quite early on, and my grandfather, he lost, I think, 2 or 3 brothers in the First World War. Then my father lost his mother when he was 14, and I feel that he never really grieved that. He didn't bring out those emotions.
Okay.
So therefore, when I became emotional as a child, he couldn't deal with that. So he just said, shut up, stop being emotional.
Okay.
And he even gave me a name. He called me Griselda. That was my name as
Griselda,
a child.
Yeah. You're smiling at that, though. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's okay now, and I look back on it, but at the time, I felt in a lot of trauma. I didn't know the word trauma then, but I felt isolated. I'm not understood as a child.
So you felt isolated. Now, I would say your body language is not showing isolation. Your body language is showing integration and connection right now, as you're talking about Griselda and you were smiling. Why is that?
Well, I guess I've integrated that now. Although it was painful, and I've been through a number of different therapeutic processes, EMDR, somatic experiencing, constellation work, just to really understand what happened, because I didn't have a memory of it really. It was just kind of like a bit of a blank.
Okay.
Suppressed.
Like a blanket.
Emotional, like a blanket.
Like a blanket.
It was suppressed emotional
Over you.
trauma.
Okay.
That I felt.
What was the bottom line Griselda? What predominantly did you feel as a child?
I felt rejected, separated. When I look back at, that's been the polarities of my life, is, from separation to unity, which is what I've been seeking since then, and oneness.
Yeah.
That has been very present for me, those two polarities.
Okay.
And I still see them, but it's much, much less than it was.